Mr. Fowler makes his way down from a mountaintop, and he's not too happy.
Back already?
You told me there was a slider at the top of the hill, and it's not there.
That's interesting. I just used it to get here. It was there a while ago.
Well, it's not there now.
Something's not right, Mr. Fowler. First, the sliders are taking you places you don't want to go, and now you can't use them altogether. I think with a little persuasion, I can find out what's going on.
Sounds like a plan, Poison. Let's hope it works.
I'll have to go to Farmer's Field, just up from the sand cliffs. Let's meet up in Lakeland after I'm done.
Lakeland it is. Meanwhile, Phineas arrives at Kracker's cabin.
Hey there. I'm just waiting for Mr. Kracker. I don't think he's too far behind. Boy, these adventures we go on just keep getting better all the time. You know, the more time I spend with Mr. Kracker, the more I realize how much he loves forest land and all the other lands in Krackerland. I really appreciate him. Well, it shouldn't be much longer. I'm gonna go grab something to eat.
So, Mr. Kracker, I'm glad I caught up to you before we got to your cabin. I wanted to talk to you in private without Phineas around. I understand, LJ. Phineas is pretty sensitive sometimes. We gotta be careful what we say around him, especially when it involves danger. Yeah, and we're just about back to the cabin, so I better get going. Let's meet up later at Moses Rock in Lakeland. Okay, LJ, we'll see you there. Wow, sure is nice to be back home again. Hey, Phineas, come on up.
Hey, Mr. Kracker. I was just telling everyone how much I appreciate you looking after Krackerland.
Thanks, Phineas. That means a lot to me.
And with your past life in Strangeland, I'm really surprised you've come this far, Mr. Kracker.
Thank you. One day I'll tell the whole story, Phineas. One day. But right now I'm going to have to ask you to look after the cabin again. 'Cause LJ and I have got some work to do.
Okay, Mr. Kracker. I wouldn't mind taking a break for a while.
Pan was returning to his home in the Sandcliffs when he recognized a familiar face.
Poison, what are you doing here?
So, it seems I need no introduction.
Everyone knows who you are.
Stop. That's close enough. Listen, all I'm looking for is information. I need to know why the sliders aren't working for Mr. Fowler.
And if I don't tell you?
Let's just say I might bite something if you don't.
There's no need for violence now. I'll tell you what I know. I'm thinking he might have brought something from Strangeland into Krackerland.
And what's wrong with that?
Well, it's been told that if you bring something from Strangeland to Crackerland, it makes Crackerland more like Strangeland. And if you bring something from Crackerland to Strangeland, it makes Strangeland more like Crackerland.
That sounds confusing, but it makes sense. I better let Fowler know. Bubbling brooks, rushing streams, pristine lakes, and gentle ponds make Lakeland a beautiful place to visit. It didn't take Fowler long to get to the land of the lakes, even without a slider, and he was pretty thirsty when he got there. Crouching down, he took a drink of the cool, clear water. It was a warm day in Lakeland, and Mr. Fowler couldn't resist splashing about while he looked around for a place to rest and wait for Poison. Fowler followed a stream that fed the lake he drank from. The stream led him to another lake and a field with an apple tree. He sat down under the apple tree, escaping the afternoon sun, waiting for Poison. A small twig worked well as a toothpick, and he cleaned his teeth as he waited. Mr. Kracker left the cabin in Phineas's good paws. He was off to visit LJ at Moses Rock in the land of the lakes. The sun was hot, and the path to Lakeland was long and dry. Mr. Kracker kept a lookout for sliders on the way. He was getting thirsty and couldn't wait to take a drink from one of the cool, clear lakes. And there it was, Moses Rock. Mr. Kracker looked around to see if he could find LJ. No LJ yet. He saw a tree and decided to sit under it to get out of the sun for a while. He didn't have to wait long. There in the sky, an eagle swooped down. Closer. Whew, that was a long flight. Oh, hey Mr. Kracker, LJ. I would have been here a little sooner, but with my black wings and that hot sun, I started overheating a couple times. So it was nice to go down and get a drink every once in a while. Yeah, I hear you, LJ. You don't want to catch heat stroke in this weather. No. Anyway, Mr. Kracker, the reason we're here in Lakeland is because I overheard Poison and Fowler talking about it. So I thought maybe we could figure out what they're up to. Fowler's also trying to get back into the sand caves. So I think we should do something about that. And quick. I've been thinking about this too, LJ. And I hate to say it, but we're going to have to stop the stabilizer for a while. And how is that going to help, Mr. Kracker? Well, if the stabilizer's stopped, the sand cliffs will start falling again, covering the entrance to the cave. That sounds like an excellent plan, Mr. Kracker, but Pan's not going to like it. That's okay. I think Pan would understand. I'll talk to him about it when I get back. Well, Mr. Kracker, things are getting a little more serious in Krackerland now. I think I'm going to have a drink. I'm overheating, so we'll see you later. Okay, LJ. Thanks for setting the meeting up. Bye for now. Fowler was falling asleep, waiting for Poison, until he saw him, sitting on a rock, down by the lake. Hey, Poison, how long have you been here?
I just got here, Fowler. I'm enjoying the sun so far.
Yeah, now I see why you picked this place for our meeting. It's hot as blazes out here. Did you have to bite anyone to get what you needed?
So I got some good information off Pan. He was pretty cooperative, so I didn't have to resort to violence.
So, what did you learn?
Well, you're going to owe me one for this, Mr. Fowler.
I'll look after you, Poison.
So it seems that these stones you're carrying are from Strangeland. And if you take anything from Strangeland into Krackerland, strange things happen.
So that's it, eh? I guess I'll be getting rid of those stones as soon as possible. I'm off to Mr. E's.
Okay, we'll see you, Fowler. I'm going to sit and soak up this sun.
On the way home, Fowler saw someone following him at a distance. And he was going to find out who. Mr. Fowler jumped down and headed for home. And as the sun quickly fell behind Mount Craig, Mr. Kracker headed home as well.